All right, friends, here we are for round 4 here at the TCG Player 50K Max Point Championship. On our left, we have Cody Lingelbach, and on your right, Seth Manfield. Seth Manfield, you know what he is right now?
I hear he's a world champion.
That is very correct, yes.
I hear you have to be pretty good at Magic to be the world champion.
Both these players playing the Mardu aggro list. We were talking about it just a moment ago. Nomad Outpost for Seth, double Shambling Events on the left for Cody. A raging start, I might say.
Yeah, this is, and we just talked about how many 2-drops were in these decks, so Seth actually is like, I have a 2-drop, and I'm just going to play it.
Hangerback Walker, not a bad one.
It's funny that Hangerback Walker is by default considered a 2-drop. It's such a versatile creature. It's a 2-drop, a 4-drop, a 6-drop. It can be a 16-drop if you'd want it to be.
Cody with a Canopy Vista now on his third turn is a little bit awkward. Remember, he's running these type of cards so Wooded Foothills could find a white source.
Right, yeah, it can get a mountain or a Smoldering Marsh or a Canopy Vista. So you can get all your sources with a simple Bloodstained Mire, or not a Bloodstained Mire, a Wooded Foothills. Seth with the multiple 2-drops and the pumping of the Hangerback Walker. I feel like if you can pump Hangerback Walker once, put it on a 2, it's just so much better against all the removal.
Certainly.
Like, I usually don't mind killing a Hangerback Walker on 1, but when it's on 2, I start to feel bad.
Yeah.
It's just, the incremental feel bads start happening after 1 counter.
That's so much better that he was able to play a 2-drop with it, too. And
yeah.
you know what? Because they're both playing Mardu, I'm not sure if Seth knows what Cody's on, but cards like the Kolagon's Command we were talking about is really good versus the Hangerback and the other creatures.
I also don't know how I feel about drawing 3 here. Like, you don't enhance your board presence at all. You missed your first 2 turns. And Seth has 4, maybe 5 power on board if he can play a spell first. Like, Cody could just go to 12 here, and Seth could just play out another guy. What if Seth plays a Gideon here? Oh, boy.
Yeah, that would be scary, but Cody really needed to hit that red source, and I think that's why he opted to do it like that.
I feel like a Fiery Impulse, perhaps. He has 4 Fiery Impulse in his main deck. So
True, yep.
I feel like that's definitely an option.
Now
I don't think you're cracking during main phase if you're not getting a basic a basic mountain, so.
Probably not. That Seeker of the Way, of course, does not want to be.
It's not long for this world. Boop. And down he went. And now Spellmaster is actually online, so for all future Fire Impulses, they are 3.
Yep. Still, that Hangerback Walker is going to be a huge problem for Cody. He does have 1 copy of Utter End in his deck, though, so if he's able to find that, he can kind of get around the Hangerbacks.
Yes, correct.
Oh, and you know what? Utter End is in his hand.
Well, then maybe we spoke too soon. Maybe Cody is in just fine shape.
Seth, of course, has the first creature on the board and the only creature on the board right now, so he's going to be able to progress his board even more, potentially. We'll see if he can pull it off here. What do you think about Cody's mountain choice?
I don't know. I typically have a pretty hostile opinion towards white bordered cards, but this is like some kind of Portal 3 Kingdoms shenanigans.
It looks like 7th edition or something. I can't
that's
quite tell.
I don't know how I feel about that now. We might have an issue.
I'm not 100% sure, but
I'm looking it up right now because these are the hard-hitting issues that I need to figure out.
Absolutely. In the meantime, Seth using his Wooded Foothills. He has a nice mana base, that's for sure. Of course, we see the Canopy Vista on Seth's side as well.
Well, Seth's mana seems to be working for him this game. Like, he had a turn 2 play, a turn 3 play, and presumably he will play something this turn. That's my guess.
What will it be? P and Kiran Nalar would be great. Gideon, of course, like you said earlier, would be great. Could just be a Painful Truth of his own. Looks like he's going to cast a 2-mana spell here.
That is indeed a 7th edition John Avon Mountain. So he gets points for it being John Avon. But, and it's also foreign. Okay, you know what? I'm going to give it a pass.
Okay, fair enough.
That land gets through my judgment detector.
How about Seth playing 2 2-drops there? Does that also get a pass?
That seems good.
Second Seeker of the Way
I'm
and
okay
a
with
second
that.
Hangerback.
Do we know what is Cody doesn't have any sweepers, so it's not like he can Radiant Flames or Planar Outburst or Languish or anything like that. So.
Nope. He's just going to have to get there the old-fashioned way.
Oh, look at that. Okay, so also Cody's getting points for me because he has 2 of the lands are matching.
Yep.
So that's good.
There's some value for Cody. Abbot of Carol Keep, sorry. Abbot of Carol Keep, not Care Keep.
Dude, that's a completely different lore.
Abbot of Carol Keep hitting a Fiery Impulse there, and he did have that second mountain. So
I don't even know where Carol Keep is, to be honest with you.
It's the what are they called? It was kobolds.
No, that's Kerkeep.
Oh, shoot.
See, you're still getting.
Oh, okay. I don't even know. There's like a rock of Carekeep
but
from the old set.
Yeah, but that's still Kerkeep.
Hmm.
Look, I know where Kerkeep is. I've been there. My family is from Kerkeep.
Fair enough. You know, double Hangerback Walker is a lot worse than 2 Seekers of the Way, I would imagine.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's why they're still alive. It's funny that the card that's worse is the one that isn't killed, but that's why they're worse.
Sure.
So it all makes sense. But yeah, that's actually pretty imposing. Oh, also Wingmate Rock, FYI.
That would be why Hangerback Walker did get in the red zone there.
Wow. Every creature that Seth has, except for the Dead Seeker of the Ways, produces more creatures.
Yes.
That's standard, basically. Dudes that make more dudes.
Hangerback Walker, Pian Kieran Nallard, Wingmate Rock, not too shabby.
Yeah. Seeker of the Way is literally just value. I'll just play it on 2 and hopefully gain some life. And also when you're playing Painful Truths, like the 3 life, 1 hit with a lifelink Seeker of the Way just makes it draw 3 for 3.
Sure, and the Obnixilis, of course, you know, he could pay life, draw a card, so he's...
Cards are real expensive when it comes to life totals. Black really just sucks it all out of you. It's like, we're going to take all of your life.
I think one of the cards, pivotal cards for Cody here could be like the Sarkin, the Dragon Speaker, you know. Playing 1, killing a rock, and then still having it on the battlefield.
I can definitely see Sarkin being relevant, but then he just kills it with the other rock.
Sure, but then then he's gained some advantage. He's gained some life effectively, and also taken out one of the tokens or one of the flyers. Seeker of the Way is
doesn't
not
seem ideal though.
What Cody exactly needed, but he is holding up, representing Crackling.
The old turn 6 2-drop.
Crackling Doom, Kolaghan's Command, exactly. Yeah.
Not what we're looking for. And Seth can start just pumping these Hangerback Walkers and just like keep them back as like insurance policy, because Wingmate Rock is going to do like it's a 2-turn clock. The Wingmate Rock is a 2-turn clock. That's an old 80s jam that I used to.
80s were a different time, man. 80s were just a weird time.
It was a weird time, and no one knew what a Wingmate Rock even was back then. So that's the weirdest part. But now they know.
Seth cracking in here for 6, going to gain 2 life off of that Wingmate Rock trigger. Something we might see is Kolaghan's Command killing his own Hangerback just to get extra tokens. I've seen that many times. Just to produce some evasive creatures.
I don't think he's at that point. Oh, how many Crackling Dooms are in Cody's hand? Looks like 3. What is that? Just like the Crackling Doom trifecta?
Crackling Doom a little bit awkward when Seth has a Hangerback Walker, which can, in response.
Yeah, I'll just make this the target instead.
Yeah.
3 power, you say? Well, my Hangerback Walker also has 3, you see. Oh, God, he's going to do it.
That might be his own. Oh, it's a Kolaghan's Command.
There is a Kolaghan's Command,
okay.
but he doesn't have a blue. Oh, you're right. I was thinking Ojutai's Command for a second. I thought I saw an Ojutai's Command, and I was like, wait, that's not right at all. So yeah, he does have 4 Kolaghan. He's playing 4 Kolaghan's Command, the full suite. All right, so he is going to Kolaghan's Command that guy. Unfortunately, he doesn't get to benefit from the lifelink here, but
I think he just realizes he needs to get out of the way for the Crackling Dooms in his hand.
He does. That's 2 prowess. Oh, well, that was. Oh, he's destroying that guy, and then
making Seth discard.
Yeah.
So Wooded Foothills, the discard for Seth, and of course that was at the end of turn. Now his Crackling Dooms can in fact take care of a Wingmate. In fact, if he hits an untapped land here of the right source, he can just double Crackling.
That's true, but Seth still has 3 It's still a 2-turn clock for Seth.
Oh, but he's going to be hidden in with the Seeker.
No, that's true because of the Crackling Dooms, right? That's not terrible.
It doesn't look like he hit his land, unfortunately.
I think you definitely want that. Yeah, the double Crackling Doom definitely makes it relevant.
All right. Into the red zone we go with Seeker of the Way and Abbott.
Oh. No, I don't think he can get in there with Abbott, because then Seth just takes it, and then he can attack with the 2/2 Hangerback Walker.
Yeah, so I would say just forget about it.
Forget about it.
Abbott it.
Forget about Abbott.
Yes.
That was just terrible.
D-, I'm sorry. I tried.
It was rough. I think I blame it was a linguistic issue that we had. All right, so we are going to see this Crackling Doom.
Prior to damage, I would assume Seeker of the Way going to be able to gain 3 here, unless Seth has a way to kill the Seeker, which he does not. All right.
Yeah, Seth is on 1 card, I think.
Looks like it. Cody's going to go back up to 9 here. Oh, and it's a Crackling Doom of his own. All right.
Someone in the chat said Carol Keep is the place on Regatha where Chandra was raised. That is awesome. That makes sense.
All right, so Crackling Doom from Seth. Both of his creatures are currently 3 power. So he opted to sack the Abbot.
That was 3 power once.
Actually, if you notice, there was a little interaction there. Seth was like, okay, which trigger goes on the stack first? And I think Cody correctly deduced that he was trying to get him. Because obviously, if he had stacked the Secret of the Way trigger on the stack first and resolved the Abbot trigger, then he would be able to Crackling
in response and kill
Yep,
the... Yeah,
yep.
that would have been sweet.
Seth does take game 1, though. It was pretty handily.
I mean, that is world champion Seth Manfield. But, I mean, Cody played a fine game there. I didn't really see anything that I would have done differently.
Seth just had all the 2-drops, whereas Cody had to answer each and every one, and the hangerbacks were just putting him way too far behind.
Oh, look at this. This is what I love about Ollie's deck. It's just ridiculous. He's got like 19 lands in play, and Ayasha, the world, the Awakened World, what is it? The Awoken World? I don't even know what that token is called, but it's super sweet.
Nissa's plant token.
Nissa's plant token.
You can see one of his lands is already a 6/6. I'd have to assume part of the Water Veil already made an appearance.
And it gets exiled, so we wouldn't be able to see it in the graveyard,
Correct.
unfortunately. But it also looks like he has a Nissa and a Jace, both of which are San Diego Comic-Con promos.
Gotcha. Sure.
So that's kind of sweet. And he's at 13, which is actually safe when Andrew has 1 card in hand.
Yeah, and just a Monastery Swiftspear on the battlefield.
And it's probably been -2'd by Jace, I presume. That would be my guess. I don't think he flashed anything back, but we just got to this match, so we're not entirely sure.
Sure.
Looks like land second Swiftspear? Nah, there's no way the second Swiftspear would have just played it.
You know, as nice as those Planeswalkers are, they're a little bit hard to...
They're a little hard to see.
Yeah.
Fodder, right?
Unfortunately, we can't be... Well, you can see that the one on the top of the screen looks like Nissa because it's got a green tint, and the one on the bottom looks like Jace because it has a blue tint.
Yeah, I assumed at first that this thing with 6 counters was part of the Water Veil. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it happens to be.
It's a Jace, actually.
Exactly.
It was Jace peeking out. It's like, attack with Monastery Swiftspear. It's an 0-3 right now. I will not do that.
Those are some nice Goblin Fodder tokens.
Those are some old school, were those unglued too?
Yep.
Man, unglued all over the place here.
All right, dig through time, end of turn here for Ollie. What's his win con? Part the Water Veils.
Part the Water Veils. Ugin.
He has 4 Lumbering Falls, which can definitely attack.
And you can just win with like Den Protectors or Nissas. Or Rattleclaw. I mean, the deck is real sweet. I've been a big fan of this deck. Adam Prozac actually showed us a deck that he was testing in like the Future League at Wizards, and you know, he was like, this is one of the lists I was showing. So he showed Ollie, and the deck's just been super sweet. So
you know, a card we haven't seen in a long time that's in Ollie's sideboard, Pearl Lake Ancient.
yeah, that's a new addition as well. Like he didn't have that originally, but I think it's really good against the control decks. That guy can't be countered, right?
Pearl Lake, correct, and it has flash, yeah.
And it can also be bounced, so it's like impossible to deal with, especially with Esper control on the rise. I think that's the end of this game.
Yeah, Ollie flashed the Ugin, and
that's usually all it takes.
Andrew read the writing on the wall. Atarka read the writing on the wall, I might say.
Atarka read the writing on the wall. That was good.
Well, thank you.
That was real good.
So it looks like they might be going to sideboard. I don't think, maybe that was the first game then?
Yeah, and Ollie has, what does Ollie have for sideboarding? He's got Negates, Dispels, and Winds of Calcisma was one of the clutch cards for that matchup because they go all in on like Become Immense and Temur Battle Rage, so you want to Winds of Calcisma the turn they do that, and it's usually a 2-for-1 because they're going for their combo, which takes 2 cards, and you just use a Winds, which is 1 card, so it's actually very effective against them. Plus, he also has 3 Jotty Offshoots. Like, I think you win in increments with that deck. Like, you just put in a bunch of cards that counter a lot of their relevant stuff. And game 1, he had that seemed like a real good match for him. Game 1, so I imagine the next game should probably improve.
I want him to bring in the Void Winnowers from the sideboard, but I don't think we'll be seeing those.
That seems a little ambitious.
9 mana? It's huge though.
It is huge, but I don't know if size is really the issue there.
In Andrew's sideboard, he has, well, nothing too. I mean, Exquisite Firecraft is fine for just some reach.
Roast doesn't do much. Self-inflicted wound.
He has Painful Truths in his sideboard for some card draw. That's nice. Outpost Siege for some extra value.
Interesting.
Oh, Molten Vortex is probably another one he brings in there. Yeah.
When you said Painful Truth, I was like, how does he even cast it?
He's got 2 Smoldering Marsh.
Yeah, he's got 2 Smoldering Marsh that he can get off of Bloodstained Mire or
Wooded Foothills.
Wooded Foothills, yeah.
Oh, actually, he has 2 of them main.
Oh, this is like Jund aggro. This is not a Tarka Red at all.
Well, it is, because it's just splashing for 2 Painful Truths in the main. Everything else is a Tarka Red.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This deck is real interesting.
And by that I mean, or by that you mean it's splashing for Painful Truths.
Well, that's interesting. He also has Tainted Remedy in the sideboard.
Sure, yeah, no, he's got some interesting ones. Now I'm saying,
See?
oh, geez, you're right.
Yeah, if it's instinctual, if it's your first response, then it's got to be true, right?
Fair enough.
And TCG Player is now offering a prize wall. So if you play any TCG Player prize wall events at your local stores, which you can do so, you can get prize wall points and redeem them for products from Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, HeroClix, or any of your other favorite games. So check out tcgplayer.com/prizewall to get all the details. And it looks like Cody Lingelbach and Seth Manfield are drawing up their hands here.
Back to our main feature match here. Seth handily took the first game. Painful Truths, or it's not Painful Truths, gosh.
Yeah, now it's on your mind.
Yes, it is. Sideboard-wise,
all things are painful truths.
Cody has Arc Lightning, Twin Bolt. Oh, Hollowed Moonlight can actually get those Hangerback Walkers.
That's real sweet too.
Yeah. Or, Wingmate, Rock Token, Pia and Kieran Nalaar, actually.
Yeah, I would actually not be hesitant to use a Hollowed Moonlight to prevent a second Wingmate Rock, because you're just basically cycling. So you pay 2 mana, say I don't want you to have that, and it doesn't happen.
Oh, you get to draw a card too off the Hollowed Moonlight, so.
Yeah, so it's right. So it's like you're breaking even. You're not even wasting a card.
Exactly. Well, Cody this time with the turn 2 Seeker.
And see how you like it, Seth Manfield, World Champion. If I was the World Champion, I'd probably get a shirt that says World Champion.
I do know now.
Well, apparently you do.
Seth with a Silk Wrap to answer the Seeker.
I'll just wear it at every event. You should get one when you win the World Championship, I think. You should just get a shirt that says your name and then World Champion on it.
Probably. Cody, nothing on turn 3, just a land go.
Well, that's good for Seth. I was afraid this Seeker of the Way would roll into something with a little bit more momentum, but apparently we got a pretty calm game here.
Let's see if Seth can do anything about this. What's Seth's best turn 3 play?
See, I like that Seth had a land, so like he was thinking a while, so there you could be like, oh man, is he gonna miss a land drop? But Seth is actually very deliberate with all his plays, and like even there you saw him like kind of play a Bloodstained Mire, but he didn't like take his hand off, so he pulled it back and he was like, I'm not sure if that's the land I want to play. Like putting this much thought into your land drops is very good. And it's a thing you don't see a lot of players do. A lot of players just like windmill slam their first land, and then they make the decisions. But Seth starts his decision-making process from even from just the lands that he plays in a turn, which I think definitely contributes to why he's so good.
Sure, and when you're playing decks with this many colors, 3 or more especially,
you have to plan turns.
You have to sequence them out because your fetch lands can only get specific cards in your deck, so you really have to pay attention.
And you're definitely going to run into turns where your lands are coming to play tapped when you would rather them not.
Trust me, I play Dark Jeskai a lot, and I know I know how important it is to
Oh god, yes, that deck is brutal on the tap lands.
I frequently make turn 1 land mistake.
It's very hard not to do. Like it takes a lot of deliberate planning.
Sure.
And on Magic Online, it's even easier because like to mess up because you just instinctually click on a land. I think. Yep.
So Seth cast a Painful Truth there, and well, I think that's pretty good for him since Cody didn't do anything on his turn 3.
I think it's real good on an empty board.
Again, turn 4 I think is the turn that these decks actually start doing some big things. Pia and Kieran Nalaar, Hangerback Walker on 2. Actually, Cody doesn't have those Planeswalkers like Seth does. He can't play a turn 4 Gideon.
He has no Gideons. He has 1 Ob Nixilis and 2 Sarkhan the Dragon Speaker. So, interesting. Looks like Seth discarded a Surge of Righteousness.
Okay. A little bit painful indeed, the
yes.
truths they were.
So Painful Truth was literally draw 3, discard 1 apparently because Seth had 8 cards in hand.
That's got to be bad news for Cody, who plays a Shambling Vents, which
and
probably
passes.
signifies that he drew it for that turn, since he played the Bloodstained Mire last turn and passed. This is Seth's chance to really take the lead here.
If he has a Gideon, that could be very good.
Yep.
I can't imagine that Cody has a response that kills Gideon. He could probably deal it 2, but everything else is either sorcery or not good enough.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he has anything that can one-shot it just for 3 mana.
Exquisite Firecraft, but it is a sorcery, so... What could be done here?
The world is his oyster.
I can't imagine that these guys aren't going to have any actual action till turn 5. That'd be crazy. They just have hands of removal, you think?
I mean,
just mana removal?
These decks run a ton of removal.
They really do.
Cody has 4 Crackling Doom, 4 Kolaghan's Command, 4 Fiery Impulse, 2 Murderous Cut, 2 Duress, 1 Utter End, 1 Painful Truth.
But
Seth,
wait,
on the other
there's
hand,
more. Oh, that's a good... Oh, that's real sweet.
Was that from the
Ashcloud
sideboard?
Phoenix.
That must be from the sideboard. We can't see the full sideboard of Seth's, but oh wait,
Is it?
nope.
Nope.
But that's definitely from the sideboard.
That's real sweet. That's real hard to deal with too. You can Crackling Doom it, but then you got to spend another card on it.
Sure.
Ashcloud Phoenix is real sweet. That's a surprisingly underplayed card. Like a 4 power flyer for 4 mana is just good on its own, as Thunderbreak Regent, you know, indicates. But instead of dealing your opponent damage when it's targeted, it's mostly giving you a 2/2 when it's targeted, with the potential to flip over again.
Especially in this matchup, Cody knows that, or sorry, Seth knows that all of Cody's things are generally 2-for-1s, or 1-for-1 spot removal.
Yeah.
So if he's have to use 2 removal spells on a Phoenix, that's great.
The other sweet thing is if you attack with the Phoenix and play a Wingmate Rock, the Phoenix is going to be the first one to die, not one of the Wingmate Rock
Ooh,
tokens.
good point.
Which is pretty. It's very relevant in this matchup.
Yeah, to the Crackling Dooms. Yowza. All right, Cody, you got 5 mana.
What's the deal here? You got to have some action. How many fetch lands is this one? Yeah, one's a Smoldering Marsh, one's a Shambling Vent, one is a Battlefield Forge.
Yes. I think I saw Utter End in Cody's hand though, so that's a way to get rid of the Phoenix.
That does circumvent the Morph Claws. Morph Claws sounds like a teamer card.
Chat suggests that we move in together and both wear head cams.
I don't have a problem with this.
$10 million TV show right there.
I have no idea why we're not doing that right now, in fact.
Maybe we are.
Every time I hear an idea like that, I feel like I've wasted my life up until that point. Maybe we are, he said. Wouldn't you like to know?
All right, 4 mana here, Utter End.
Kenji clearly interested in talking about Magic, but I want to get back to this headcam idea for a second.
Well, I just wanted to point out, Cody did this on the main phase to play around Seth killing his own Phoenix.
which is legit. He could Fiery Impulse his own Phoenix, which gets him a 2/2.
Ooh, and Duress is great in this
Seth,
matchup.
where was that Duress last turn? That's what I want to know.
Sarkin and Fiery Impulse, the hits. Double Abbot in Cody's hand is actually really solid, though. It's
You
gonna
100% take Sarkon, right?
Oh yeah.
Like, ain't nobody got time for Fiery Impulse.
I mean, depending on what you have in your hand, obviously, but Sarkin makes clear sense.
I have a life total, so that's why I'm going for Sarkon. Yeah.
Double Abbot, though. Cody can easily get back in this game. Those are
Oh yeah, I don't think he's out.
spicy.
I don't think he's even out of the game to get back in. Seth doesn't even have any pressure. Where's your pressure, Seth? Sure, you're 1-0. But that doesn't mean nothing. Oh, look, and also Cody has the same white-bordered swamp. So I can appreciate his consistency. Consistency will often trump style preferences for me.
Sure. All right, Seth does in fact take that Sarkin Dragon Speaker.
The correct choice. He probably heard us. That's probably the reason he knew to do it.
Just say it a little bit louder. Just
Well.
Bloodstained Mire getting Smoldering Marsh there for Seth.
It could be a Gideon.
Could be. Yep. Could be anything.
Well, not anything. It can't be like a 5-drop.
Could be a boat
It could be a boat.
named P and Kieran Nalar.
It could even be a boat.
We'll have to see what he has up his sleeves, even
gonna
though
be a
he's not wearing
4-drop.
any sleeves.
Oh, it's going to be exciting. Well, he's not sleeveless. I don't think they're long sleeves. But that's not no sleeves.
Sure.
It was a Gideon Jura.
Big Daddy. I think he's called Chad, right?
Gideon?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I've heard before. I'm pretty sure people call him
I'm
Chad.
going to cast Chad.
No, I'm
I like that Cody pointed to the token that wasn't there yet. He pointed to the side of Gideon. He's like, I'll kill that guy. He's
Fair
not
enough.
there, but I'll kill him. He's like, you know who I'm talking about.
And let's see if these abbots can do anything for Cody here.
All right, let's hit it. Oh, hangy back. Old Hang'ems, McBack'ems. That's...
It's not too shabby.
I get so sad when I have to play a hanger back on an odd number of mana.
It was free. It was off the top.
You know what? That doesn't change my greed level.
How about Seth's greed level right now?
Is it high? It doesn't feel very high.
No, it's not. He just drew a million cards
I'm
on
like,
Painful Truths.
Oh yeah, that's true. He did have to discard even.
All right, Seth is going to tap Mountain. Looks like a Wild Slash on the Hangerback Walker. Does he have a Kolagon's command to finish this off?
Oh, shoot, kill. That would actually be pretty good.
I mean, he could have done that the other way too.
It doesn't matter how he does it.
No.
Oh no, P and Kieran Alar maybe.
4 manas.
That would actually be pretty good because the Thopter on Thopter hate crimes.
Ding ding. There you
Oh
go.
yes. You got Thopters? Me too.
Me too.
Me too.
Actual 2.
Look at that stamp on that Thopter, on that P and Kieran Alar. You think that's a Pro Tour Thopter, P and Kieran Alar?
I mean, it's some day 2 of some event or some high level. I don't know. Yes.
Do you think he rare drafted it so that he would specifically have it for this tournament?
I think that's exactly what happened.
I can see that. I'm not even red, but I need this rare.
So Yol Larson, he has, I believe, he picked up 2 Jace Vryn's Prodigy in the top. It was either the GP or the Pro Tour, and they're both stamped. They were from the same draft. It was kind of silly.
I love Yol.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
All right, Abbott hitting a land, I believe. I didn't quite catch that. I was too caught up in.
We were telling stories, man. That's good. People are watching the match. We got stories. He has his own P and Kieran Alar, but the legend rule means he would have to sacrifice his. Remember legend rule? That was what a time to be playing Magic. When you would play like Umezawa's Jitte just to counter your opponent's Umezawa's Jitte, so they would kill each other.
Yeah, people ran it in their creatureless decks.
Yeah.
Or sideboards, anyways.
That's crazy. And now we live in a world where you can just play whatever you want, which is nice. I think it was a great change.
Sure. So token trades for token. Cody's going to follow up with his own P and Kieran Alar, get 2 more tokens.
Man, this is a board full of 2-power creatures and 1/1 flyers.
The board is certainly gummed up.
There's a lot of gum here. See, where's that boiling earth when you need it, man?
It's all
Kills
gummed
everything but P and Kieran Alar.
Just a sticky situation.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because of the gum. It's like a big piece of caramel.
Seth still has a decent number of cards in his hand. We'll see if he can line up something. I mean, he's at 12. Cody's at 16.
Yeah, this match is real good so far, though. Like, there's a lot of back and forth here. This is a good game of Magic to me. Like, even if you lose this game, I feel like this is the perfect game to lose, just because both players are interacting, they're playing things, there's decisions to make, and like no one is just like the win is not determined on like just getting mana flooded or mana screwed, you know, or mulliganing to oblivion. Like this is one of the best this is the best kind of game that I like to play of Magic, and like if you can play a game like this, then I'm completely satisfied, and I wouldn't even be upset about losing it, you know.
What if we just saw a double Kolagon's command from Seth and effectively wipe Cody's board? Would you feel that way then?
I don't think Cody would. That's for sure.
All right, he's going to uptick his Gideon. Let's see if the ally of Zendikar can punch through here.
To be fair, Kenji, he would still have a 1/1 Thopter.
Sure.
Maybe he does have that. Is that why he's attacking with 5/5 and 2/2? Because otherwise Gideon's going to take a bunch of crackback, right?
Maybe. Again, Seth has so many cards in his hand.
I think he has like 19 cards. I think that was last count.
Yeah.
Oh no, he played Wild Slash, so I think he's at 18 cards.
Seems feasible.
Accurate numbers here. That's completely realistic number and not an exaggeration.
It looks like Cody just took the hit. So 7 damage to the face is going to put Cody at 9.
Not even a chump block. These decks have actually enough burn that it's not unreasonable to burn a player out.
Well, it looks like Seth is targeting Cody with a discard and killing P and Kieran Alar.
That seems good.
Second card being cast here is a Hangerback Walker on 1. So Seth still has a Hangerback Walker, P and Kieran Alar, and a 1/1 Thopter token left back. Cody left on the top deck.
Reasonably, the only amount of damage that Cody can get through here is 1 from an unblocked Thopter.
Sure.
Everything else can be blocked pretty easily.
Well, depends if he can get some prowess triggers going on here.
I mean, you can still block those guys, though.
Yeah.
Also...
Ooh, that's a good draw.
Is it, though? It puts Cody to 6. P and Kieran Nalar can sack both Hangerback Walker and Thopter to put Cody to 2. Like, that's a real dangerous territory.
Sure, but
He's
now
basically dead on board if he doesn't gain any life or get rid of P and Kieran Nalar.
both of the Abbots triggered though, and that's like he could make a pretty threatening attack here. Any one removal spell is going to be good.
And then that's also not even taking Gideon into consideration. Like, all right, so 3/2's getting in there.
All right, we'll see what the decision
not.
is.
Change my mind. Hold the line.
Hold the line, hold the baby.
Those are not similar at all. What about hold the line, baby? I don't know what a line baby would be.
All right, double Abbots coming in here. I'm not sure if he was pointing to the Gideon or to Seth's face.
If he's going at Gideon, do you just let Gideon die here? Is the crackback good enough?
I might even chop with one of the with the Hangerback
He
on
blocks?
one.
Yeah, I think that's fine. He blocks. Let's say he blocks with. Puts one Thopter in front of P and Kieran Nalar, puts one Thopter in front of 2/2. Which means Hangerback and Thopter get in, and he deals 6 to the face. He has to be going for face here.
I think both lines are reasonable.
There's a lot of.
It
a
entirely
lot of
depends on what he drew off the painful
Right,
truce,
exactly. I was
so.
going to say there's a lot of possible options here.
All right, blocks have been made. Let's see if Cody can. All Cody needs to do is play one instant speed spell here to pump up the Abbot that's being blocked by P and Kieran Nalar.
I think you mean jams.
Jams.
Pump up the jams.
Pump up the. Oh, yes. Yes, jams.
Yes.
We need to-
jams is correct.
We need to pump those.
And everybody needs to pump the jams.
All right, we're going to see a 3-mana spell here. Could it be Kolagon's Command? It is. Ugh.
Yeah, it was either Kolagon's Command or. Like, I don't even think Crackling Doom does anything here. You probably just want to save it until he activates Gideon.
Yep.
So yeah, this is pretty good. There's a lot of things to take into consideration. The 2 Abbot triggers, what dies, what stays alive.
Sure. So he's going to.
What tokens are going to come in.
He's going to regrow his Hangerback Walker, it looks like, and make Seth discard the last card in his hand, which was another Painful Truths. Whoa. So damage resolves. Hangerback Walker dies. He's going to get a 1/1 token. Oh, did he? Yeah, he might have forgotten to get his token here.
I think that's why he left the die there.
Okay. Fair.
We might need one more Thopter to represent. But geez, Cody being at 6 and having no mana up is well, he could actually have Fiery Impulse, but
Sure. Yeah, he has 4 in the deck. I think one
yeah,
already
there
in the
you go.
graveyard minimum.
There's the old Thopter.
All right, let's take a look. Seth can also activate his Shambling Vents should he choose to do that instead of, well, if he just drew a land or so.
So Cody would block the 2/2 and the 5/5. He would take 4. That's actually pretty good.
Actually, you know what? Seth could Emblem Gideon
Yeah,
after
that's
activating,
that's
or
actually
then
real
activate
good.
one of his events, make both tokens chump the 3-power creatures. He'll gain 3, put him at 15, and then hit in for 4 in the air.
Yeah, he goes to 2.
Yeah.
I mean, Cody could crack back with Shambling Vent, but that actually costs him 4 mana, so he doesn't leave him any other options besides doing that. And that's only 2 points. But he basically has to. Also, Gideon survives that. Oh, jeez. Come on, Seth. You know you want to. Oh, yeah, there you go. Put
Looks
it
like
on the 1.
Emblem is, in fact, going to hit the table. It's got to be a scary moment here for Cody.
There it is. There's an emblem.
Activate my Shambling Vents.
Get old Venti in there. That was my Battle for Zendikar preview card.
Nice, nice.
It was a good one. You can always tell the ones that are going to see play. You're like, okay, this is good enough. I accept. Yep, as we figured, and he takes 4 in the air. Both his Thopters die. And now he has to deal with both Thopters because both are lethal right now. That's pretty good for Seth. I can't imagine Cody's able to deal 15.
He would need to chain like another Painful Truths into a lot of
He can't even play Painful Truths though.
accurate, and he only has 2 on the deck, so he's
he's out. He's out of gas. He could have Teamer Battle Rage, become immense, right?
yeah. He might as well pop off the Wooded
Might as well
Foothills.
go to 1, man.
All of Seth's creatures already have at least 2 power, anyways.
Yeah, so you're not gonna. Yeah, the existence of the emblem means that unless you play a 0 power creature, that the difference between 1 and 2 is negligible.
Did he not get anything?
He might. Was he out of targets? He has to have a red, so he might just have 2 mountains and 1 Smoldering Marsh in the deck.
I could have thought I saw another Smoldering. Oh no, he only has 1 Smoldering Marsh. Okay.
He has 1 Smoldering Marsh and 2 mountains. Yeah, those are his only targets.
All right. Well, shuffle my library. Pay a life.
Yeah, that would be the problem with Wooded Foothills, is that sometimes you just don't have. He actually has 4 Wooded Foothills, only 3 targets. That is the thing I dislike in deck building in general. How come he didn't get Canopy Vista though? He has like 1 Canopy Vista in the deck.
Oh, maybe he didn't. Interesting.
Interesting. That is interesting. You think he forgot? He was just like, I don't have a red source. Darn it.
Very possible.
So he's dead, right?
I mean, it would appear that way.
I can't imagine he has 2 ways to deal with 2 Thopter tokens.
Well, Kolagon's command in hand can deal with both.
That is true. You're not wrong.
But Seth still has a bevy of creatures, all that must be chumped.
Correct.
So apparently he had discarded the Vista to a Kolagon's command earlier.
Sounds perfect.
Thank you to chat. This does not look like activating Shambling Vents.
Definitely not.
4 manas.
PN Kieran Alar? No. PN Kieran Alar? Outpost Siege. That's fantastic. So that's game.
the
100% game.
The not often seen.
Going Dragons,
yeah.
boys.
Dragons mode. Wow.
So, in response, Kolagon's going to kill those 2? All right, I will
Sure.
attack with any creature. I will attack with my 2/2.
3/3 actually, right?
Yes, 3/3.
Oh, wait, so he could just chump with the
Yeah.
Hangerback Walker though.
You attack Gideon too. You just attack both.
Well, but that's.
I guess that's true. It's only when
yeah,
only when your creatures die, right?
Yep.
Still not putting him in a great position. He did have the Kolagon's command, which is sweet.
Well, so if he did it in response, remember, Seth could choose to use the cons mode. Then.
Yeah, because it's not.
Yeah.
This is a card. It doesn't. You don't choose when you cast it. You choose when it resolves. I think you still choose dragons, though, right? Like.
Probably. I mean, Cody's going to need to deal with your creatures at some point.
Right.
Like Gideon might just put in a token here. All right, so he's actually going to plus Gideon.
Nice. Dragons.
It is indeed in dragons. Okay. Both creatures crash in.
Chumples.
Doesn't this... Okay, so isn't that...
That kills him. Because that is a 3/2.
Yep.
Because he played Kolagon's command. Yeah.
And that's going to be the match?
Nice. I think Seth was banking on him for getting that. And he did.